Governor is asking the government to block a company from importing millions of pounds of toxic waste to our area. Last month, NC Newsline reported the EPA approved more than 4 million pounds of GenX waste from a Chemours facility in the Netherlands. Now, Governor Cooper has sent a letter to the EPA urging the agency to reverse its decision, saying it's, quote, unacceptable for the state to bear the risk of associated risk with the waste. Chemours later told WECT that the process isn't new and allows for GenX to be recycled for other uses. These are the same PFAS chemicals that Chemours admitted to dumping into the Cape Fear River for years, contaminating water for thousands of people.